When I first trekked to Everest Base Camp in 2016, the road into the region ended in Salleri. At that time, I chose not to fly into Lukla. Instead, I walked for 6 days from Shivalaya, so this part of the trail was familiar to me. When I reached Nunthala, I expected to continue on foot towards Salleri once again. My plan was to go further on to Pikey Peak, a place often said to offer one of the best views in Nepal. In fact, even Sir Edmund Hillary once remarked that the view from Pikey Peak was among his favorites. But things did not go as expected. Shortly after leaving Nunthala, I encountered something I had not seen before, a jeep. Not a passenger vehicle, but the kind used for carrying goods, with an open bed in the back. The road had now extended further into the mountains. The driver offered me a free ride to Salleri, so I climbed into the back and accepted. After days of trekking, it was a surprising and welcome change. I arrived in Salleri in the afternoon, but instead of stopping there, I continued on foot. From Salleri, I trekked to Loding, where I spent the night. The next day I continued further along the trail, heading toward the eastern trailhead of Pikey Peak. I stayed at a lodge just before the main ascent. Everything seemed to be going according to plan. But the following day things took a turn. Somewhere along the trail I lost my way. At the same time the weather began to change. Clouds moved in and visibility dropped. I kept walking, hour after hour, trying to find the correct path. 10 hours later, I finally reached Sisa Khola. Exhausted, I asked a young girl if there was somewhere I could stay. Without hesitation, she led me to her home. Her family welcomed me in. They gave me simple food, instant ramen and baked potatoes, and for the night I slept on the table while they slept in their beds. It was a moment of quiet generosity that I will never forget. Before going to sleep, they told me there would be an early bus to Kathmandu in the morning. So I woke up at 5, quietly left 500 rupees on the table, and continued on. But once again, things did not go as planned. I walked for some time, but never found the bus. Instead, I eventually came across another jeep. This one took me to a small town called Bakor. From there, the following day, I found a jeep heading toward Kathmandu. I say toward Kathmandu because I did not go all the way. Instead, I stopped early and spent a couple of nights in Nagarkot. After weeks in the high Himalayas, it was a quiet and peaceful place to rest. And with that, the journey came to an end.